So you mentioned something pretty interesting, which I'd love to hear you talk about, the 5-slide pitch deck, and also would love to hear your perspective on, you're obviously not investing in every company that you meet with. So what are you looking for when you go in to make a cyber investment?
So we got 5 minutes to cover that, right?
Yeah.
So when Tenable, it went public 18. I almost said last year, but welcome to 2020, gentlemen.
Welcome to 2020, right?
When we went public, we actually had a couple fundraising efforts, and we had raised a good bit of money on the way up there. And you go and you do these meetings, and then almost like after a football game, you sit down with your coaches and try to figure out what you did. It's all about time management. If you're going to go in and pitch a fund, what are you going to say first? Literally the chit chat that you do about maybe the Ravens or politics is daylight you're burning doing that.
Sure,
so it's the same thing when you just have a slide deck. If somebody emails me a 30, 40, 50 page slide deck, and I get those once or twice a week.
We've all seen them. Yeah.
Yeah. How long do you think I'm going to read that?
Yeah.
Or so it's tough. And out of frustration one day, I'm like, look, all I really, really want are these 5 things. Now, of course, who you are, where you live, that's important.
Yep.
It's not the first thing you should see. If you've been on CNN, that's awesome. It doesn't mean you're a great product evangelist or a product manager, right? So the 5 things are real simple, right? So one is, what problem do you solve? Real simple. You have a hard time getting people to say, what problem do you solve? Why should I buy your product, right? Mm-hmm. Second thing is, how do you solve it?
Yep.
And that a lot of times people confuse those things. They'll lead with the how do I solve this problem before describing the problem.
Yeah.
The third thing is, I want some sort of proof. I don't care what the proof is. It could be a patent. It could be a pilot. It could be a demo of this. And I've had all these kind of things done with me. Fourth thing, what are you going to do with the money? What are you asking for the money? What do you want?
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be a full, 99-point plan. It's like, hey, we want to raise $500,000 to hire 3 developers, 3 salespeople, and get us to our Series A. I want a concise, tweetable statement.
That makes sense.
But then the last thing's a little bit more open. It's like, what is your vision here? Do you have a sense that this is an acquisition you're a feature for somebody else's platform? Are you going to build a public company? Are you going to open source? Is your business model such that you're going to open source something yet still make some good money so the world can benefit from this? What vision do you want? Mm-hmm. And part of that also is, what's the vision for you and your family and your employees and your company?
Sure.
And those are the 5 things I'm kind of looking for.
I love that last one. I love the 5th one with getting them to sort of paint you a vision for where this thing could go, and then the outcomes that are attached to that. Because I think that's one of the key things in maintaining a focus of being successful and building a company is you really do have to have this broader picture. And if you don't have that in mind, you're not marching towards something all in the same direction together as a team. So that's super interesting.